everyone, and happy Yuletide season. I'd like to welcome you all to our first ever pilot episode. This is our real estate deals, and I am JEMZ, and I'll be your host for today. So, guys, basically, this program is to mainly share experiences, to impart lesson, and to inspire young aspiring wholesalers to to share the success story by different individuals. And as for today, we are joined by someone who never gave up, was a story worth hearing. Now, without further ado, let's welcome a wholesaler with over 3 years of experience, Iman Rashid. Hi, Iman. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing? Everything's well.
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you for asking, by the way. Now, before anything else, can you introduce yourself to everyone? Give us a little background about yourself.
Hey, how you guys doing out there? My name is Iman Green. Rashid is my middle name, but I go by Iman Rashid. I'm originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I grew up in Michigan. Um, Moved back to Connecticut maybe 20 years ago or so. Just trying to find something different. I was, former professional boxer. I came here to pursue, my boxing career. Um, At the same time, I had a little money saved up, so I tried to get into real estate even back then. You know,
Mm-hmm.
looking at Carlton Sheets and um, Than Merrill and all the different other kind of different other guys that I followed on, just seeing late night on infomercials and going to these different types of wholesale or real estate classes they offer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, at that time was a little bit too expensive for my budget. They so I just kept doing living life, boxing and working, and I had all types of odd jobs from deliveries to working in factories. Now I'm a full-time truck driver. Got back into real estate
Okay.
maybe 3 years ago. Got tired of driving. I still, even though I still drive trucks, I'm tired of driving trucks. I figured, let me see if I can find something a little easier that I can make
Okay.
the
Okay.
money I
So
make in driving
yeah, that
trucks.
yeah, that's
But
very workaholic of you. So you've been eyeing real estate for some time now. And
yes, ma'am.
when did you discover wholesaling?
Oh,
And
I
who introduced
discovered
it to you?
wholesaling. I discovered wholesaling maybe 3 years ago. I went to they have these things on TV where you can learn real estate on TV. So I went to a I don't know if I can say the name, but if not, well, Van Miro, one of his real estate classes, and I didn't have
Mhm.
enough money to join his full fledged class, over $30,000. So after
Okay.
talking to someone
Mhm.
there, they basically introduced me to wholesaling. So you should try wholesaling, get up some revenue, get some money up, and then maybe you can come back and join one of our classes. And I was, I went on YouTube like everybody else and looked up this wholesaling and found different guys on YouTube, the Flip Man, Brent Daniels, Max Maxwell, King Kong, of course. Um, just like everybody else, just watching and watching and watching. And I just figured, one day I just say, I'm watching all these videos. I really don't know what to do, but I got to do something. So I start putting up bandit signs. That didn't work. I start cold calling. That didn't work. So I just started driving for dollars, and that's how I got my first deal. Drive for dollars. I got the deal machine app that they was offering. I seen on YouTube also the deal machine app. I got they have different programs with it. So I got the lowest program. I was just driving, taking pictures of houses, sending out postcards, and one day out the blue, while I'm on the road driving for my company, for my truck driving, I get a phone call from an interested seller that was
Mhm.
looking to sell a property. We talked for a while. I got all the information, made some phone calls, and got by his property, got by there, took some pictures, posted it, and before you know it, I had somebody reach out to me, but not knowing that the guy who reached out to me was another wholesaler, just trying to JV the deal.
JV, you the deal.
Yeah, that JV joint venture, he couldn't close on the deal. he tried to, he couldn't close, but the seller was looking to really sell it. So I said, listen, give me another opportunity, give me another shot. I definitely can get this thing sold. The wholesaler that came to me, I really didn't know him. I heard of him, I really didn't know him, but just give me another shot. Gave me another shot. I put an extension on the purchase agreement. Gave me another 30 days. I put it back on the market, and within like the first week, I had a buyer that was interested. He came, he looked at it, um, made me an offer. Um, so I countered this countered this offer. He said, yeah, we can. So he went with my offer after the counter. He went with it, but I just had to go in and help him do the closing costs for the deal. And after that, 2 days later, I was in the lawyer's office collecting my check.
Okay, so that was your first ever close deal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, you've mentioned that you've just discovered wholesaling for about 3 years, but you've been eyeing real estate before. So aside from wholesaling, what else did you do in connection to real estate, of course? Did you become an agent first? Did you become a broker? Did you broker for
No,
someone?
straight into real estate, straight into wholesaling, straight into
Oh, really?
wholesaling.
You got real
Yes,
estate too.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you mentioned you were also employed back then when you first started, correct? And
I was say it again.
you were employed back then when you first started, way back
Yes, ma'am.
year
Yes, ma'am.
2020.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I
and
was,
currently you're still, employed, and you mentioned you've been you're doing trucking industry,
yes, ma'am.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Is that anyone at anyhow help you, you know, get your deals, find properties that might be of use or might be something you could wholesale? Is that,
Oh, definitely. Even though I drive over the like they consider over the road. I
yeah.
see a lot of properties. I'm all over. I'm from Connecticut. I drive New York, Massachusetts, uh, Vermont. I see properties all over the place. So I write down the addresses, of course. I make the phone calls. I haven't really stepped into the virtual wholesaling world as of yet. But being that I see a lot of properties for sale or abandoned in different states, I'm definitely looking at going in that direction pretty soon.
Oh, okay, that's worth to look forward to. And going back to your first close deal, how long did it take you? Did it took you to close that deal? You mentioned
Oh,
earlier like a month and couple of days.
well, initially I made contact with the buyer, with the seller. Excuse me. I made contact with him maybe June, maybe July or August of 2021. July or August. But I know, we had contact in July or August. He was going through some personal issues that he had to take care of, but the deal
Mhm.
closed in actually December 1st of 2021.
It was like
So about
a
about
six
four or
month
5 months.
process,
Yeah,
4 to 5 month
yes,
process.
yeah.
See,
Just because he
yeah,
was going through things.
I see. Yeah, there really is no telling here in real estate. Some may close, less than a month, which is really very, very rare. And to some, for some, it took them years as well, more than
Yes,
years. So it only really needs a leap of faith. You just need to trust the process, and eventually you'll get there. Like you did close the process, right?
exactly. Trust the
Yeah,
process. And
yeah,
just when you want to give up, don't give up. Just keep on moving, keep on pushing. Because I meet a lot of people, even online, or Facebook groups, that say, I've been at it for a long time, but I want to, I haven't closed the deal yet. How long did it take you? I said, look, it took me a while. It took me a while, and I was ready to give up too. But you can't give up. You got to keep pushing, man. Got to keep pushing.
yeah. True. Keep pushing. Now, you mentioned you didn't, you haven't had, you didn't do virtual wholesaling, right now, currently. So, um, the first deal you close, is it, just a one man effort, or do you have a team behind
No, it was
behind
just I wanted to get my wife to help me. I mean, she helps me out now, but
that?
back then it was more or less like she was into
Yourself?
her own thing, and
Okay.
it's like a lot of times when people have to see things work, like I don't believe it till I see it, and then once they see it, they want to, they want to join the team. But um, that was a one man effort. I did that all by myself. I put the money behind it. I bought and got a subscription, excuse me, to Dell Machine. I got a subscription to I got a list from List Source. Um, so everything I did up to that point of closing that deal, I did by myself.
Kudos to you, Iman, for that. Now, I know that you work alone, but considering how complex wholesaling is there there's a lot to know, there's a lot to consider. You've mentioned before that you've watched a lot of YouTube videos, you've watched out a lot of tours. Did you have someone help you out to start, like a mentor, or did you attend any trainings or seminars, etc.?
Well, I did go to a seminar, like I said, the Fan Marrow initially to get me started and introduce me to Wholesale. And once I, went to that training, and I actually took a lot of notes during that training, and I go back every now and then and look at my notes, and I say, you know what, he was even in that course, that class, that initial class you go to, he's telling you about wholesaling, even though you don't think about it. But once you find out what wholesaling entails, and I went back to my notes and said, he was just teaching us the basic steps in wholesaling. But I didn't have a mentor. Just going to that class, watching YouTube. I did seek out a couple mentors, but you can't trust everybody in this game. I'm telling you, who's ever watching this, you can't trust everybody in this game because it's a dog eat dog. Everybody's trying to, get that check or that next check or their first check, and everybody who says they're out to help you really isn't out to help you. I had a guy that come to me and said he was going to help me out and wanted me to be my mentor, and I paid him. I can't remember the number. It was thousands. It was like, maybe I would say no more than $2,500, but I paid this guy for his mentorship. And he helped me out for maybe a week or two, and then after that, I never heard anything from him. And the thing was, this guy was located in Arizona, and I'm here in Connecticut, so I should just picked up a local mentor, and it probably would have worked out better. But yeah, I paid the guy $20 up to $2,500 for a mentorship to help me out, to get me started, and nothing. So I mean, mentors are great. Yeah. I really say, if you can afford a mentor that you can actually, reach out to and touch and see and get that one-on-one training, I say by all means do that. But you can't trust everybody. So, do your research on them before you join, and but if you can't find a mentor, I say YouTube is going to be your best friend. I learned a lot from YouTube, books, or even reading wholesale books. If you know somebody that does wholesaling, reach out to them and ask them about it. I mean, because it's a dog eat dog, but but once you get this thing, once you get it down, it's money to be made. Everybody's looking to sell their home, so it's money to be made out there. But just be careful, be mindful of who you choose for mentorship.
Yeah, that's true. So this is something they should be also aware of, and they should also, find the credibility of that person or the one they want to be mentored with. Yeah. So for just for the curiosity of everyone, and including me also, how much did you earn for your first close deal?
Oh, my first wholesale deal, I was looking like they say, try to get at least 10,000. I was being greedy. I was trying to get 20, but I ended up closed it was 15,000 that we agreed upon, but being that he wanted me to help him with the closing cost, I helped him with the closing cost, so I walked away with $12,345. I remember that number because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12,000. But the check was for $11,345, but he gave me a $1,000 earnest money deposit.
That's for the EMT, 1,000 for the EMT. Okay, that's why. So, um, so Iman, everyone makes mistakes, of course, and especially when we're just starting out, we had our
Yes.
fair share of failed deals. So if we can just go back in time and change the mistakes, what would be something you would have done differently or correctly in getting that failed deal closed?
I would say this, like a lot of times we get money and we blow it on different things. I had, on things that we don't need. If you're in wholesaling, like, when I got into wholesaling, I had money put away that I could have put towards my wholesaling venture, but I blew it on everything but wholesaling. And then when it was time to wholesale, I didn't have that money for it. So if I had to go back in time, I would have took that money and reached out to a credible mentor, for say like a Brent Daniels, um, a Max Maxwell, King Kong, and got one-on-one training. Not something that I would have to, like me being that my time is, I'm driving trucks. And then when I'm done, I don't hold myself accountable. I would want a mentor that would hold me accountable to do certain things. So I would have spent my money on a mentorship instead of spending it on clothes or shoes or this or that. I would have definitely spent it on a great mentorship or a good mentorship.
Yeah,
That's
invest
what I would
money
have did.
correctly and
Correct.
invest in education because
Yes,
it
ma'am.
will help you a
Yes,
lot
ma'am.
eventually. So yeah, what are your future plans for real estate, for wholesaling? Where did you see yourself like years from now?
Right now, even though it's still, I'm going the same way I've been going. I'm still doing my 9 to 5, and I'm wholesaling on the side. I really see myself hopefully within the next, I'm gonna say, 6 to 12 months, transitioning from driving full time into wholesaling full time. So at least closing 3 or 4 deals, hopefully three to 5 deals, but I'm going 3 to 4 at $10,000, or more per deal, getting that $50,000, a year.
Are you planning to build your own, company, LLC, perhaps in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm trying to do this the right way. You get my LLC, build a team, so I wouldn't have to work as hard as I'm working now. I get people out there to find properties and deals for me, so I can just close on them. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now, so far, what have you learned in real estate wholesaling that might help also other people, especially those who are just starting out to venture, and to those who are still planning to join wholesaling or real estate? What advice can you give them?
If you're gonna go in, you have to go in and give it 100%. I mean, just because things don't seem like they're going your way, or you can't close, the deal's not closing, things aren't happening, fast enough. Just keep on that path. Keep the faith. It can't end what happened. Granted, I started 3 years ago, and it took me almost 2.5 years to get my first deal. And people was like, why it take you so long? Or they had all these negative things to say, but it's like I stayed with it. Granted, it was a lot of positive feedback I got too. At least you stay with it, because this was coming from people who started, not soon after I did. It was like, you at least you close your first deal. So I say, if you're gonna go at it 100%, stick with it, find a mentorship, and just it's learn. Even if you go on YouTube like I did to learn just the basics, just stick with it, give it 100%, and you'll see that return at the end.
Yeah, it's really true because especially now people see that venturing real estate is something that can pays them well, and everyone wanted to join real estate, but once they
Yes.
faced difficulty, they wanted to give up. They would just after 6 months of not closing a deal, or a year not closing it, they tend to give up. And it's true that when you do wholesaling, you tend to give. your 100% for you, and
Yes.
really never give up until you really have your first lead close. And once you close that first lead, it'll be your doors to, open it. It'll open your doors to more deals. So,
Yeah, it
um,
will.
yeah, that's true. So now, Iman, what's your contact information so that the investors or other business partners or anyone who would want to reach you could reach you?
If you want to reach me, you can reach me at my email, Green Investment Group 203 at Gmail. That's Green, Green, Investment, Investment, Group 203 203 at gmail.com. Or you can reach out to me on Facebook. My name is, I go by Iman Rashid on Facebook, or you can I gotta have Instagram also. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Iman Green Senior. Iman, Iman Green, like the color, Senior. And that's on Instagram, and like I said, Facebook is Iman Rashid, Rashed.
Okay, right. So Iman, again, in behalf of Golden Mission team or our real estate deals, we're very thankful, and thank you as well for being informative and helpful.
Not
And
a problem. I appreciate
we really appreciate your time for sharing your experiences.
Not
And
a problem. I appreciate
yeah,
you. Thank you very much.
yeah, we wish you all good luck in your future endeavors. And also everyone, to those who wanted to reach out, Iman, Iman's bio will be written in this description below. And also please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell below. Thank you, everyone. This is JEMZ
Thank
again telling you, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's it.